Right, hi everyone. Right, that's working. Sorry about that. My camera wouldn't work for some reason. Just now to log off the computer, log back in to get the damn thing working. Every time I do a system cleanup, if I decide to do a stream, I've got to like log out and log back in, otherwise my webcam won't work. So tonight I thought I'd do a little topic on what's it feel like crossing spirits over. Hi Ian. I don't know what it feels like for you, but when I'm doing a session and I'm crossing spirits over myself, it kind of feels draining. You know, it feels like, you know, that, that it feels, oh God, that made my knee. So I go to the doctor's today and get an appointment for a MIR for my knee, and I had to get some, what they called pain medicine, because my knee's giving me a lot of pain over the last few weeks. As you know, when you're crossing over spirits, it does, like, you know, withdraw your energy quite a lot. It doesn't matter if it's one spirit, 10, 50, 100, 1,000, you know. I think more spirits you're crossing over, more energy you're putting in and more energy they actually withdrawing from you. I do try to like kind of ground myself and do a prayer when I'm like, you know, before I do any kind of Ouija board or crossing over or something, because you don't know, like, you know, while you're crossing something over, you might be dragging something in. But I seriously think that it depends on who you are, I suppose. Like, you know, if you've been doing it for 10, 20, 30 years or something, you know, and you've been crossing over a load of spirits over, maybe get the kind of use of like the energies pulling out of your body. And sometimes I can cross over spirits and not feel a thing, you know, kind of thing. But when I done a stream the other night and I was crossing over like 500, well, I didn't even know I crossed 500 until like they told me. I had like a pressure on my back. And it was quite a heavy kind of pressure. And I also felt like my air was being sucked out of me. Not like, and like, you know, you're losing air, but it felt like, you know, you was kind of like gasping for air sometimes, you know. And that happens not every time I'm doing a crossing, but, you know, I'd say like 50-50. Depends on how many crossing over at the time. So, you know, you get that pressure if like you're being pushed forward, you know. Sometimes I'm getting that like kind of tingling electrical shock feeling, you know. It's like well, you put the plasma ball on now, you get that tingling feeling. It's not that, it's a higher tingling feeling. It's like, in one way, like a electrical shock, but not as bad as an electrical shock. You know, if you put your finger in the plug socket, you know, you're going to get a bolt, you know, it can go, well, it's not as bad as that. I'd say it's probably about 25% of that weirdness you get when you get like electric shock out the plug socket, or if something like you're holding it pops in your hand, you know, kind of thing. So, you know, you're getting that tingling feeling, you're getting that pressure on your back, you're getting the sense of like, you know, your energy is being sucked out of you. And, you know, sometimes, you know, it has gone through my mind, you know, is it worth me doing this? You know, because it is seriously, like, you know, making me knackered after. But yeah, you know, I'd rather be tired than rather have like 50, 100, 200, whatever amount of spirits wanting around trying to cross over. You know, also sometimes when you're doing it, you might feel that kind of emotion, which I've had a few times. Like, you know, it feels like you want to cry because you've actually helped spirits cross over. It doesn't matter how many cross over. Sometimes, like, you know, I'm kind of happy, you know, I feel like really great and cheerful, like I've crossed them over, but sometimes I feel emotional, and sometimes it's like a mixed, like happiness and emotional as well at the same time. It's like you want to cry, but cry happily, you know, kind of thing. Really weird. So, like, you know, I thought like I'd do this little topic tonight. You know, I'm not staying on too long. But yeah, it's kind of you know, it's like a pleasure that you're doing it for the spirits, you know, to cross over for one thing, yeah. And I might do a Ouija board in a little bit, yeah, and ask what spirits, you know, like Abby says about how she feels like helping crossing spirits over. I may do, I don't know yet. So it goes. But it's, will you stop it? Bloody cat. No, I'm getting a headache. You know, and sometimes I don't know if it happens to you guys, yeah, but when you're doing like a session, I keep getting all these headaches. No, I know it's spiritual interaction. No, spirits are like, you know, giving me. Great, I just got brushed on the top of the head. Thank you. I've got what I was talking about now. That's distracted me. You know, when I get like a brush on the hair, you think, well, okay, thank you. And you kind of think, oh shit, now what was I talking about? What was I talking about? I can't remember now. Shit. Oh God. Write down what she's talking about, for fuck's sake. And I was talking about, you know, it can be like a pleasure and like crossing spirits over, and emotional and happy as well. And I said something about I might ask Gabby later on the Ouija board, maybe if I feel like doing one, ask how she feels crossing over. But what was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying now. Oh, headaches. I don't know if you like. Thank you. I don't know if many of you get headaches when you're doing streams, but I get so many different headaches. I know it's not something that they're trying to do on purpose. It's more like, you know, trying to communicate with you, I suppose. Like, you know, when you get that pinch or that scratch or that banging headache, you know, sometimes those headaches could be like the way they died, such as like, you know, they could have fell on the floor and bashed their head. Someone could have like whacked them across the head with a blunt instrument. Could have been shot in the head, or they could have had like a brain seizure or something. You know, and you know, I get so many different weird headaches. You know, someone can be very sharp and powerful, as if like I have been shot in the head, or like a sledgehammer just smashed me on the head, or like I've had a very high fall and splattered my brains open. Sometimes it's like a little tingling kind of headache, like that, like static electricity charge going through your head again, you know. Get that sometimes. And it ain't just like, you know, always on the forehead. It's, you know, it can be like the side, left, right side, back side, top side, you know, it can be anywhere. And it's kind of like, it can be kind of nerving, you know, think, you know, a little bit scary on getting these headaches. And sometimes you think, well, is this really spiritual? Or is it something, you know, like a health issue? Happy birthday, Aaron, from yesterday. I didn't know. I told Denise. No, I even forgot it was my mum's birthday the other day, and Denise was having a go at me. You know, I've never, ever, ever been good at birth dates, telephone numbers, you know, anything like that. So happy birthday from yesterday. Belated birthday. Now you've drawn me off my fucking topic. So yeah, like headaches, you know, different kind of headaches I get. And, you know, I know quite a bit of it is spiritual, you know, when I'm doing a session. Because I can be sitting here all day long doing nothing but, you know, watching TV or building on my devices, or checking something out on eBay or YouTube or whatever, you know, and I don't get no headaches at all. But as soon as I start doing a session, that's when I start getting headaches again. So, you know, is it some kind of like, I don't think it's like psychic energy that's floating from my head. You know, I don't know what it is that's giving me headaches, but it's always when I'm, you know, I do sometimes get headaches during the daytime, but not like the ones I get when I'm doing a paranormal session. And, you know, it sometimes can be a bit, you know, worrying, thinking, well, is this paranormal? Is it something, you know, like a health issue that I'm going through at the moment? You know, why am I getting these headaches? And as I say, the day I went to the doctors and I said to her about my knee, and she's actually booked a MIR for my knee, because when I'm walking up the stairs, you can hear my knee crack. So I know there's definitely a lot more problems with my knee. But when I was there, I said, look, I need to get an MIR on my head as well at some stage, because like my headaches are killing me. And when I go to the doctors, I don't tell them that, you know, to do the paranormal, because they probably think, oh, right, okay, that's why you're getting headaches. You know, you're cracking up, you're going mad, you're going insane. We won't book a MIR for your head. We'll book a padded cell for you. How would that be? So most of my headaches are usually when I'm doing a paranormal stream. If I wasn't doing one now, I won't get one. I'm sure of it. If you pick one around, you are going outside, cat, and I mean it. Spirit, stop chasing around, please. You know, also like that choking feeling, you know, sometimes like when I'm doing a pendulum or a Ouija board, you know, I feel like I'm being choked, or I'll get like a stabbing pain or something like that. Now, as I said before, you know, sometimes these things are not as you seem it is, being negative. Maybe they're trying to like poke, prod, give you headaches because they want to talk to you. Either a ghost box, pendulum, Ouija board, or some other way of communication. And I have noticed that sometimes when I am doing a Ouija board and I'm talking to spirits, before I actually start talking to them, I will get like a real bad headache or a migraine, or, you know, any kind of headache. And when I start doing the Ouija board, it kind of settles down a little bit. But sometimes when I start talking to another spirit other than Abby, you know, if I'm talking to someone, so like Anthony, and he died from like a certain injury, I start feeling those injuries, like, you know, like if he was stabbed in the side or something, I feel like I've just been stabbed in the side. And, you know, that gives me a clue on how they died. Because when I'm talking to them, I won't ask how they died straight away. I'll ask, what's their first name, their surname, how old were they when they died, what year were they born, you know, where do they come from? And after I've asked those questions, I start feeling like either a stabbing pain, a head pain, a back pain, choking pain, you know. And I say, how do you die? And I sometimes actually say, hang on, I'm getting like, I can't breathe, you know, I feel like choking. And they say, yeah, that's how I died, you know. I hung myself, you know, or someone strangled them or something, you know. And that's how I get to know exactly how they died. And that to me is kind of like scary, you know, freaky. They don't mean to do what they do, you know. It's just that they're showing you their pain. They're giving you their pain on how they died, and they don't really mean to harm you in any way. They're just trying to pass on that pain to you, you know, not the full amount of pain, but a part of the pain. So they're trying to like tell you how they died, you know, kind of thing. So if someone died with a gunshot wound, you know, you'll feel like a sharp impact for a few seconds, and it feels like it's traveling through your head, and then like, you know, you're, oh fuck, you know, that's, oh, just had a bad headache, you know. And I say, sorry, that's how I died, you know, bullet through the head, you know, kind of thing. And you think, yeah, okay, no worries. And they apologise to you, you know. And I say, well, don't, you know, it's not your fault, you know. When you're doing this, you have to open yourself up, and you're going to get some kind of pain of the way they died, you know, kind of thing. So when it happens, as I say, it's kind of like a little bit scary, but at least you know how they died, and you give them that bit of sorrow, you know, that sadness. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about that when, you know, if you had the same kind of thing, but I have these kind of things all the time. And yeah, it can be a little bit worrying thinking, well, you know, the guy died with a headshot in the, you know, am I actually going to see that in my mind's eye now? And I actually block now. I don't want to see that kind of shit. And I said to Abby the other day, look, I've got a new kind of angel, Hanishan, or Hanishan, and she's supposed to be like trying to help me prepare to, like, you know, be open more so I can see spirit people, not with my mind's eye, but actually with my own eyes, you know, physically see them. And you know, they keep saying I'm not open enough. That's why I'm not seeing it. But I've told them if I do see spirit people, I do not want to see them how they died. I don't want to see them dripping with blood. You know, I don't want to see like burn marks. I don't want to see like insects crawling out of their bodies and all that kind of shit. Because, like, you know, that's going to be terrible as it is. You know, just seeing them is going to be bad enough, but seeing how they died or the way they look after they died, I just don't think I could actually handle that, actually, to be honest with you. And I have actually seen one or two like that, you know, in my mind's eye. And I was like, don't show me. I don't want to see that. If you're going to talk to me, you need to talk to me and show me as you were before you died, you know, like several days before you died. So otherwise, you know, you're going to start freaking me out and I ain't going to want to talk to you. And they like stopped and apologized. So, you know, when you're helping spirits cross over, it can be, as I say, like draining, tired. You know, it makes me tired as well. You know, when I've been drained from the energy, I feel like past now, I just want to go to bed, you know, kind of thing. But I know that I can't go straight to bed because I don't want to be shutting the stream down on you guys, you know, straight away after I've done like a Ouija board session or something, you know. I try to like keep enough energy on me for at least another hour before I actually like close the stream down. It can be emotional, it can be happy, it can be happy and emotional. You know, you feel kind of good inside yourself knowing that you probably have helped out, you know, spirits cross over. You know, you feel kind of proud of yourself in one way, thinking, oh, I just passed over possibly like 100 spirits tonight, you know, tap myself on the back kind of thing, you know, well done, Steve, you know, good work. That's another 100 spirits that have been like lost in limbo, that's gone over to be with their friends and family and loved ones, and, you know, I'm pretty sure they're happy with you. And I've had like communication spirits who I've crossed over and they come back and, you know, said, thank you very much, you know, we'd like to meet you on the other side when it's your turn, you know, when you cross over. And the amount of people that I've been told by, you know, spirits, we want to meet you. I tell you, I hope there's a big enough room in there, because, like, you know, if I've crossed over thousands of spirits, you know, God is going to need like a fucking hotel for me, you know, when I go up there. Like a conference room, like 1,000 times big, you know, whatever, because I do, like, I'm not trying to be big-headed or, you know, like that, but no, if I've crossed over so many spirits, you know, they're going to need like a fucking football pitch or something. You know, the amount of people said that, oh, we want to meet you. And maybe they say it because they just like want to make you feel, you know, kind of good and happy and cheerful and joyful, you know, kind of thing. I may not even meet half of the people I've crossed over. But can you just imagine, you know, it's your turn to cross over, you know, you die. And, you know, you've done some good stuff for God, you know, and God goes, you don't need to be in limbo, you're straight up, you know, kind of thing. You go, and suddenly you go to pearly gates, and the gates open to a fucking football pitch, and you see like tens of thousands of spirits that you've crossed over, all kind of like clapping and cheering you, like, I don't want that to happen. Well, if it happens, but I can't see it would happen. But they can't take pain away because they actually give you their pain. You're receiving their pain because they're trying to communicate with you and telling you how they died. You know, only God can take your pain away, but he's always too busy doing other stuff. You know, I'm not going to start talking about God, because otherwise this stream will go on for fucking hours. And I don't want to be doing that because I'm getting up early in the morning. I'm definitely going out in the morning. I've got the alarm set. I've got my gear set. I'm going to go to Kingston. Going to test out a new magnet. But, you know, what's it like for you guys? You know, right in the side chat. What does it feel like when you cross people over? You know, how do you feel? I'm trying to read the chat. How do you feel when you cross over? Is it like, no, I've got a headache? Headache right here. And I'm feeling like heavy chested. All right, hang on. No, I'm not saying that there's a spirit wants crossing over right now, but I'm getting like lightheaded. I'm having slight issue of breathing. And it's kind of weird when I'm saying that. No, that's how people try to communicate, and they give you that sense of pain. Possibly how they died. So one's probably died with a head injury. Someone's like, you know, it's trying to give me the heaviness on my chest, probably like suffocation or heart attack or something, you know. So I'm going to ask the spirits on the ghost box and see if we get anything on the afterlife box. Let me, guys. Back away, back away. Who is affecting me needs to back away now. Back away, please. The headache one's gone, but I've still got like pressure on like right here. Yeah, I haven't felt happy crossing spirits over. You know, it's a good feeling, you know, crossing spirits over. You kind of like feel like you've done something good for someone. You know, even though that person like doesn't exist on planet Earth anymore, but you do feel like, you know, you've done something, you've achieved something, and you're happy of, you know, your achievement, and hopefully the spirits happy for, you know, for what you've done for them. So I'm going to put a ghost box on because I'm starting to heaviness on my chest at the moment. So right, spirits, hello. If there's any spirits here that have been helped cross over, how does it feel like when you cross over? Tell me what it's like crossing over to the other side into the white light. Can you tell me? I think she was trying to say spectacular then. Blue skies. Are you seeing the blue skies when you're crossing up? Come on, tell me what it's like when you cross over. If you've crossed over. Is there spirits waiting to cross over? Yes or no? I've got a weird smell in here right now. I just want to check to see if the cat's done a crap or something, because I can smell something a bit vulgar in here.
Right before you.
How long does it take for you to cross over? Is it instant, or does it take time for you to cross over? I've got a candle burning, you can see. I've got a K2 meter DC box with static detector, REM pod, and my tri-field meters on. Now, I can't say they're going to be able to use that if I'm in the way. Has any of you spirits crossed over? Yes or no? We're expected. Do you mean you're expected to cross over? Skeleton. Funny enough, I've got my skeleton thing here. Are you looking at this? Are you looking at that? Or this one? Are you looking at those? They do look kind of creepy, don't they? They're just ornaments. I'm not here to remind you of your death, but if they do, then I apologise. But they're just ornaments. Something I saw and fancied buying. Who else helps you to cross over if it ain't one of us humans? Who helps you to cross over? Tell me who helps you to cross over. Does God help you to cross over, or does angels help you to cross? Sure, what's that one? That's weird, keeps shutting off. That's been charged up. Oh, now look, I've got another headache this side this time, just above the eye. That was you, was it? Are you affecting me? How did you pass away? What caused your death? I think I can actually lower the sweep a little bit. That might work a little bit. I don't think it actually works, the sweep. It only worked with the actual radio bit turned on. No, I think it only works for the yeah, you just called me. Who said Steve? What's your name? Movement in the hallway then. Damn it, I wish I had my DVR working. I am actually hearing more noises out in the hallway now. Again, how long does it take to cross over into the light? Is it instantly? Does it take a few seconds?
Take a moment.
Right, okay, if anyone wants to help out with a donation, get my DVR system, there's the link. Only do it if you want to, I'm not forcing you. Anyone does, I appreciate the help. Who helps you to cross over? Is it your friends and relatives? Is it angels? Is it guides, protectors? Does God help you to cross over himself or Jesus? Is any? I've got PayPal, hang on. That's my PayPal. Right, you can use that if you like. Thank you, Julie, if you do. No, I don't like asking, just that, you know, a lot of people saying, oh, like, I wish you had your DVRs working, you know, we miss it when we can't see nothing. You want to see the shit, you know, you need to help us out. I'm going to get a shitload of notifications on what's name now. I need to turn off notifications. 2 hours. So far, I've had £65 towards the 260 I require. I still need 200. I'm not asking any one person to say, oh, okay, I'll give you 200 quid. So that won't happen, but any little amount helps. I think I accidentally withdrew some yesterday. I've got to put that into what's the name, PayPal, where it did go from your bank.
But there isn't enough.
No worries. So I think I've got one now. Horseshoe. Are you talking about the horseshoe on my side? Don't knock it down. Right, anyway.
Is fair.
Who sent me a photo? Facebook ain't loading up. Thank you very much, Julie. Appreciate the that donation.
Yeah.
My webcam's gone offline. Just give me a few seconds. Yeah, every little bit helps. Thank you very much. So you've done it through the website, the fundraiser. Yeah, it actually show who's done a donation, and I can put it as a thank you for that, but I can't do that, I don't think. Thanks to you. Thanks to the donation so far. 2 donations from Bloody Mary, 1 from Kirsty, 1 from Elizabeth, 1 from Deborah, and 1 from Judy Richards. So I had 3 donations within the last 2 days. So thank you very much, guys. So I don't like asking, but people are saying, "Well, we miss your DVR. You know, can't you get a new DVR system?" Well, yeah, I could get one if I had bloody money for one. You know, the one I want is 260 if they still got them, and that's the Sony one. And if they don't have them when I've got the money, I'll have to look for another one around about the same, you know, like good quality one. Because ones I've been getting is like cheap, nasty ones. You know, talking about, well, £100 ain't cheap, but you know, the one I last bought for £100 didn't even last a year. Yeah, I understand about card details, especially when people are fucking hacking people left, right, and centre. I don't like to put my card details in. I rather use like PayPal. So if I've got money in my bank account, then if I buy something off eBay or Amazon, it goes through my PayPal, then it takes it out of my bank account. Or otherwise, I put the money, if I've got money in my bank account, I put it through my bank account onto PayPal, then it goes through directly through PayPal. Right there, how much is that in there? That's 75, I think, towards it. Just 190 to go. So come on, Spirits, I've been talking about you crossing over. Have you crossed over and come back because you're waiting for someone? Time. I don't think I'll do a Ouija board tonight. I'll leave that until I might do another stream tomorrow night. On Thursday I can't go anyway because I've got another doctor's appointment on Thursday, and I'm not looking forward to that. I'm having a tetanus jab on Thursday. Ooh. Not because I've been bitten or, you know, I've cut myself from anything rabid or nothing like that. You know, I'm not turning into a rabid fucking paranormal investigator. Just that because I do my magnet fishing, you know, I've caught something sharp on my fingers a couple of times and my fingers swell up for a day or two. And, you know, there are diseases in waters, as you know. So I'm having a tetanus jab on Thursday. Then I'm going to be asking about the HA and HB, hepatitis A, hepatitis B jabs as well. I'm going to ask you about those. Thing is, the nurse I spoke to, she said, ask the woman on reception. And I asked her, and she didn't know fucking shit. You know, she put me down for my tetanus on Thursday. But I said, yeah, but she asked me to ask you, do I need to pay for my hepatitis injections? Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask the other nurse when you see her on Thursday. Because on some things, like medical reasons, you know, like injections, vaccinations, we do have to pay for it. And if we're on like a benefit or, you know, on like job seekers, ESA or whatever, there are things we still have to pay on National Trust. When I asked her, she didn't know shit. So when I go in on Thursday for my tetanus jab, which will probably cover me for the next 10 years, I'll have to ask about me hepatitis jabs, because I think you have to have them twice a year. So, if I'm covered for 6 months, that's good enough, because I'm still doing magnet fishing and I do cut myself open or get jabbed, or, at least I'm going to be covered. She did say, tetanus would cover more than anything else, but it's better to get, hepatitis 1 and 2, or A and B. So that's what I'm going to be doing as well. If I don't have to pay for it, if I have to pay for it, I ain't going to bother. I'll take chances in the river. Now I've got a headache at the centre of my head. No, I had a spoof email the other day, saying that a payment of £175 was pending. And I thought, it was sending me £175, but it wasn't. It's saying that I had to pay £175 to one of the antivirus companies. And what I normally do, I highlight the link. I don't click on it, I highlight it, and it shows you, what the link goes to, and it wasn't into the antivirus. So I called it a spoof PayPal.
Correct.
So I don't press links. If I got a payment issue with any particular company, I'll go to them, I'll ring them up, I won't click the links. If they say, yeah, it's, generally from us, then I will go and click the link, but I don't. Then my arm's gone numb. No, she goes, how's your arm? Didn't you have MI on your arm? I said, yeah. She goes, how's your arm feeling? I said, better now, because I've been doing a lot of exercising. Yeah, phone fucking magneting back 20 times. So, yeah, sometimes I might get a little problem with it, but it's not been hurting so much as it used to. She said I might, still need to go and get some physiotherapy on my arm. Definitely on my leg as well when it's done. Because I think I'm going to have an X-ray. Not an X-ray. I'm going to have the X-ray when I get let through. I mean, MIR. But I think I'm going to have a operation on my knee very soon. Because when I'm walking up the stairs, you can hear it cracking. Really painful. You walk up. I've got 3 flights of stairs, and each flight's got 7, 8 steps. And as I'm walking up each step, you can hear going. Oh. I told the nurse, she goes, yeah, I think you need MIR. And when I'm walking around, it feels like my knees twisting sometimes as well. I bet spirits, tell me, do you think there's a wonder drug out there that can cure every kind of illness in one go? Do you know there's a wonder drug out there? I bet there is, but the government won't allow it to be manufactured. Close down too many pharmacies and medical centres and stuff like that if it happened. Go and lay down. Stop bugging me, cat. Your food's out there.
There is a risk.
Let us know how it goes, Aaron, yeah? I bet you'll be able to drive soon. I tell you, yeah. I reckon you'd like to do a bit of magnet fishing with me sometime. because that's like calming and like peaceful, and I can never pronounce the other word. Fusing, whatever it's called, like, you know, it calms you down, it relaxes you, you know, it makes you want to do more actually. Because I ain't done none this week because of the weather, but I'm going out tomorrow definitely. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow. 2 days we're supposed to have thunderstorms. We didn't have one thunderstorm. Better not fucking occur tomorrow. I'll be waving my fist to God. Why? Why? Why today? Why not the last 2 days, God? No, I might like the fucking thunderbolt was come down on my fist. Don't wave your fist at me, son. You won't cross over when it's your time. You do that again. Go away. You're annoying today, you are. I'm not getting much reply on what the questions I'm asking of my spirits. Have you crossed over and come back? If so, what is it like when you cross over? I'm not doing a Ouija board tonight. I've just decided I'm not going to. So my Wi-Fi camera just went offline for some reason. Doesn't matter because I ain't got it tuned in on the TV now anyway. Might be the one. Yeah, actually, it's the one which is not tuned in anyway. Hello, Toxic. Get on chair. Get on your chair. Is there any spirits waiting to cross over tonight? Yes or no? Chair. What about the chair? Cat's on the chair now. You're saying the rocking chair. I can't see the rocking chair. Another headache. See, this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. Yeah, as I say, all day I've not had one headache, and as soon as I start doing streams, headache after headache after headache after headache. Each headache will last, you know, up to a minute, 5 minutes. But as soon as that goes, within 5 to 10 minutes, I'll get another one. Who's affecting me right now? You should never touch another man's rod. Never touch another man's rod without his permission. Look, I will pay attention to you when you pay attention to me. Questions. Who has crossed over and come back? I'd like to know what it's like when you cross over. So you can tell me that, you know, good, bad, amazing, excellent, whatever. Because you're not answering my questions, are you? Right. Right. I'm going to turn the ghost box off in a minute. It's back doing the paranormal. Right, I'll turn the ghost box back on in a little while, maybe. No, you're not answering my questions anyway. So when you're doing a paranormal, yeah, you should really kind of like ground yourself and protect yourself. Wear crucifixes. I'm not saying you have to, but you could, like, you know, bless yourself with holy water and bless salt. You know, some people actually lay a circle around themselves when they're doing a session. So like, are actually protected in that way as well. And some people may do a prayer as well to, like, you know, start off, so they're being protected in that way. So no, I've got a head up your side again. So when you start a stream, or not just a stream, you know, anything paranormal, you know, investigation, going out and doing an investigation, residential, whatever, in a home session, you should really protect yourself by doing a prayer. Wear a crucifix, holy water. You know, you can put a bit of holy salt in your mouth as well. Or you can actually do the circle of holy salt. That is like a barrier as protection. And ask you know, your guides, protectors to, like, you know, be there with you. Now, I don't really worry with that sometimes, you know, like if I get, you know, physically attacked, that's my stupid fault. But like, it's not, I didn't do no prayer. You know, the only thing I put on was my crosses. You know, and oh, you need faith as well, I suppose. Like, and I have faith in my crosses. Right. So I believe that I am protected in one way, at least one way, by one crosses. I didn't do a prayer. If I feel like I'm going to be attacked, then I'll start doing a prayer. I'll ask them to back away. And if they're not backing away and I feel it's like something negative, then I'll start doing the Lord's Prayer. Then I'll also do another prayer, you know, to protect myself. I'll get the blessed water and do the sign of cross on my body, you know, the forehead, back of the neck. So that's where they tend to grab you more down at the back of the neck and on your back. But it's hard to try to do the sign of cross on the back. So I'll just do it on the back of the neck, forehead. If I feel it's really, really going to be negative, evil intent of like being attacked, then I'll burn a black candle, because they say black candle draws in negativity. It'll actually remove the negativity. A black candle, burning one of those. Now I've only got like that one black candle. I'm gonna have to buy some more. I did have some more, but I can't remember what I've done with them. I ain't gonna search all over there again. You know, like, I do feel okay most of the time. I feel like kind of safe in my own home. But you know, you can be attacked at any time. Whether being good or bad, you know, a good spirit might attack you to try to be, well, they're trying to, like, you know, draw your attention, you know, and not call attack or bang. You ain't going to bother listening to, you know, if you're hearing that the day in, day out, you know, it's just going to be one of those continued things and you kind of ignore it. Trying to tap and knock, and it's not like kind of like being acknowledged, then they're going to attack you and they're going to like push, scratch, thump, whatever, you know. And sometimes that's not in a, I know it feels like, you know, they're being negative against you, but they're just trying to like draw your attention. They're trying to get recognized that they're there. And if you say, right, you know, okay, you know, I know you're there, you know, because you're giving me a headache, or, you know, you scratch me, or, you know, you just move something, I know that you're yet there. And you start communicating with them. Sometimes that activity like will kind of like go within like minutes because you've already acknowledged them. Sometimes it might get worse because, like, you know, it could be a negative spirit. And once he knows he's been acknowledged, then he knows that, right, now you know I'm fucking here, now I'm going to give you more shit. But I'll be honest with you, I've not really had that much negativity here. You know, I've had the uneasy feelings, and yeah, I've had the too many possessions here, and I've been pushed, punched, scratched. But that's kind of like minor, I reckon. It's not like something really demonic that's been going on. Not like poor old Angela's having at the present moment with all the shit going on at her house. But no, I've had the uneasy situations where, you know, like when I first moved in, I felt like, you know, an uneasiness in the living room. And he'd been there for quite a while until I got Jonathan Garthway up, and he helped me to do a blessing here. No, I knew how to do it. I knew how to do a blessing, but I wanted someone else here just in case it went like kind of, well, I was going to say cock up, but, you know, in case it went a bit wrong, you know, kind of thing. Because sometimes when you do a blessing, it can get worse. And if you're doing it on your own, you know, it can, you know, escalate to more of a negative kind of way, you know, like, you know. But I've done crossings, I've done like blessing. I've blessed my house a few times. I've been saved my house a few times. I've saved myself a few times, and when I've done that, that negativity does seem like it does go away. You know, there's been a time where I felt like there's a lot of negativity around here. You know, even though I was communicating with the good spirit still, I still thought there's negative energies around, and I could feel that energy. And you know, the positive spirits weren't talking to me as much. This is probably about 2 years ago, and you know, I could feel that pressure building up. You know, you could see the changes of each room was getting darker and darker, and I thought, no, this needs to be sorted out. And I've done a live session of me doing a house cleansing and a house blessing, and I've gone round doing prayers in every room. I've been blessing each room with holy water, in front holy water, sprinkling blessed salt down, doing the marks on the cross on the doorways, you know, windows, mirrors. And after I'd done that, you know, you could see the difference. You know, like if one of the rooms was very, very dark, you could see that, you know, that darkness is something like kind of like wasn't as dark anymore. You know, you could see the light coming through. So I believe that I've actually done some okay blessings and crossings and saging on my house, and you know, made it a little more kind of like positive when it was negative. Even at Kenny's, you know, me, Simon, and Aaron, we done a blessing and a crossing over there, and you know, she said, like, once we'd done it, well, I don't know what you'd done, but she felt a lot better inside. She felt like more lighter. The house was more lighter, more comfortable to be in. So, like, you know, I do know how to do like a crossing and blessing and saging, like, you know, get rid of negative entities. But again, you know, you don't know some of these spirits, although that you may think they're negative, they might not be negative. They're just trying to interact with you to get that acknowledgement, that recognition. Like, you know, you'll probably hear knocks and bangs and rattles and taps, and you might see something move across the table, or the lights might flicker, or the TV might turn on, or something might happen. It doesn't mean it's negative. It could be a spirit crying out, in desperation, saying, I want you to help me, for fuck's sake, what else do I need to do? Do I need to start attacking you next? And, if you're not kind of feeling that, then they will probably start scratching you. And once they start scratching you, and you think, oh, fuck, I've just been scratched by something, an unseen force, then you know that there's something there, and that you recognise there's something there. And once they've got that, maybe some of that activity will calm down. And all you got to do is acknowledge it, saying, yeah, okay, I know you're here. If you want to stay here, that's fair enough, but you can't be invading my space. I'll give you that little corner over there. That can be your space. You stay there. And they might be happy with that. But they might even be trying to do it because they want some kind of communication. And if you don't know how to do that, then what you'll probably be doing next is calling up, paranormal investigating group, if you're not doing paranormal investigating yourself. And once they come in and start communicating, that spirit is going to happy that someone's now communicating with them. But if it's a negative spirit, and you have acknowledged that it's there, it could be working up to do a lot more negative stuff. You might get scratched once, you might get scratched another 20 times, because now you've acknowledged it. The things that's been moving around in your room might start flying across the room, So there's a possibility of it being a good spirit and bad spirit. And either way, if you acknowledge it, if it is a good one and it's been communicated with, then it's going to stop, it's going to move on, and all that activity is going to stop. But if it's a bad one and you've acknowledged it, it could continue. And if it continues and continues and continues, even after you've acknowledged it, then that's the time you might need to get your house blessed. Because then once the house is blessed, that hopefully should remove the negativity. Hopefully. Because there's been times where, I have done a blessing, and it feels like, it's gone, but a few days later, I feel that negative back again, because it could just hide in a corner, in a crack in the wall, or under your floorboards, or it could have gone next door something for a few days and wait until it's calmed down, and he feels strong enough to come back and start more shit with you. So you do need to be a bit careful on, how you deal with things and how you acknowledge them. I know many times that I'm being watched, and I know that a good percentage, spirits that are here and have been here for quite some time, sitting on the bed and watch me and probably acknowledging me, saying, yeah, you're right there, Steve, But there might be a time where there's something that's came in and I don't know, and it's sitting there watching and, learning from what I am, thinking, well, is this guy powerful enough to get rid of me if I start giving him shit? Or it could be a good spirit saying, oh, this guy's going to help me out, kind of thing. I've just got to wait until he acknowledges me, and Abby tells him that, I'm here waiting to cross over, or want to pass a message on, or tell my story. But if it's a negative one, I can't say that I sense it all the time. Even good ones, I can't sense it all the time. There's been occasions where you guys are sitting there watching, oh, Steve, there's something behind you, and I've not sensed it. Different people have got different abilities. Some people are more sensitive than the others. Some people have got better ways of sussing things out than I have. There could be two spirits behind me right now, and I might feel them two spirits, but you guys might think, no, there's more than two. There's 4 or 5 there. So why I'm not feeling over 4, 2 or 3, I don't know. But I can say, when I do feel, the spirits around me, they're not normally negative. Sometimes, you get the odd mischievous little bugger, but mischievous, to me, it's just playful spirits, good spirits. You might get one that, you know, is very mischievous, and, you know, it's not a good spirit, you know, it's a bad one, but not as bad as a normal bad, you know. It's just like, you know, wants to stay around and fuck with you all the time, you know, kind of thing, and cause you stress and maybe like depression. One where it's going to like start attacking you and like throwing things at you and stuff like that. You know, there's different levels of spirits, like different levels of angels, different levels of like, and different levels of like shadow people. You know, there's like so many different levels. There's probably like 4 or 5 levels of each, you know, kind of thing. But no, when I'm getting these headaches, it's only because they're trying to tell me that there is someone here. I'm not saying, you know, because I'm getting headaches because they died because like a bullet through the head or got bashed on the head or fell on the head or whatever, you know, kind of thing. Like tension, like, you know, it's the only way that they can think of like letting me know they're there, unless they like pinch me. And I've had to cut a few, you know, even today I felt like I got pinched earlier today. I've not seen those scratch marks on me, luckily, for, you know, a good 6-7 months now, thank God. But even if it's scratch marks, it doesn't mean it's something demonic. They say like 3 scratches demonic, yeah, but when you see the odd 1 or 2, then to me that might not even be spiritual. You know, you could be like, you might accidentally scratch yourself, or your clothes might have something in it scratches you, or you may be laying in bed and like, you know, you pulled something in the bed, like a pin or something, you know, and it scratches you, and you look in the morning and think, oh, how the fuck did I get that? It doesn't mean it's spiritual. And it could be anything that it could be anything that scratched you. There's definitely someone on bed. I can sense that. I even sometimes get this feeling that, you know, sometimes I'm being laughed at. I just saw something white fly past my head then. I just saw it went. Yeah, sometimes I feel like, you know, spirits come in and they're watching me. And, you know, when I'm doing this, I think, what's this guy about? He's a fucking kook. Why do I come and see this guy? You know, he ain't nothing special. I could fucking go somewhere else and be sorted out, you know. But, you know, I do feel that a lot of spirits do come and watch, and they don't stay for, you know, more than 3 or 4 days. So I'm probably helping them cross over by then, because they'd be so, well, there's a spirit before that you won't. You've been waiting around until you've done your next session, and he just wants to say hello, you know, give you his name, and he wants you to help him cross over, and that's what happens. But sometimes, you know, I feel like some spirits do come here, they sit and watch, and they just like, you know, this guy's a bit of a kook, you know, calling himself a paranormal investigator. Yeah, well, I've seen better than that, and they just fuck off and don't bother coming back, you know, kind of thing. I'm not saying that's a bad spirit. You know, it could be one of the mischievous little buggers, you know. Or it could be a good spirit. It's already crossed over by someone else and thinking, well, could this guy have done a better job at crossing me over? Person, or was it the other person that helped me cross over better? And I don't think a spirit needs to cross over more than once. You know, once is good enough. Once they've crossed over, this is what I believe. Once they've crossed over to the light, they can come and go, but they have to earn their privileges to come and go. You know, even spirits have told me we got to earn to come down. It's like brownie points, I suppose. They've got to do something. Maybe help other spirits cross over, or they might have to do something with God. What the hell was that? That might be my shadow then, at my hand. So, like, you know, maybe they had to do something on the other side before they can actually earn their privilege to come down and visit me, their family, brother, sister, husband, wife, or whatever, you know. Tell you one thing, I've got no bloody drinks in here. I mean, let's go and get another drink because I finished my coffee. This is going to be a bit of a problem getting up to my knees playing around again. Take this bottle out. So my hallway's getting dark again. And I always said, like, you know, I feel more okay in my own, in my flat. You know, I don't really feel that scared, but I do get a little bit nervous sometimes. And I say nerves because, like, you know, you never know that when you open that door, something could be standing there ready to pounce out, and you're scared the shit out of you, or, you know, just like manifest and say, "Hi, Stephen." You know, you think, ah, shit. That's why I'm trying to get ready, you know, like with Anishan, another, like, one of my high spirits. I don't really communicate with much, but she's around, and I feel like in one way she's trying to get me ready, you know, to be more open, but I find it kind of hard to open up sometimes. But, you know, I can't understand why they say you need to open up more. Because when you're doing this, you have to open yourself up to communicate with spirits anyway. So I'm opening up in some way, just not, I suppose, not enough to actually see like a spirit person. Now, oh, that's nice and cold. This is not like the strawberry drink. It's just like, I've got two drinks in the kitchen, orange and blackcurrant, and what I do is I put like a little bit of orange and blackcurrant in, and then I dilute it, fill the bottle up, and put it in the fridge. So, like, you know, I was saying, like, I don't feel like my house or my flat is like full of negativity. It's more positive than anything else. But, you know, sometimes, you know, when I go out in that hallway, I'm thinking, so I wonder who's in that door, in that cupboard. Who's in the kitchen ready to pounce out on me? No, who's in the living room ready to, like, you know, manifest when I have to put my hand around to turn on the light on, you know, because I have to, like, put my hand behind a cabinet to actually turn the light on. How do I know that something ain't going to grab my arm and pull me into that living room without the light being on and start, like, pounding on me or something, you know? Hopefully it's not ever going to happen, but, you know, you don't know. When you're doing the paranormal, anything can happen. You know, it could be a day or night time where I could go in there and I might see something which I'm not expecting to see. Now, when I was in that temp accommodation at Hall Place, I used to see, and I believe it was my dad actually, I used to see like a 6 foot white figure, and it's like a shimmery kind of figure. It's like, you know, it wasn't solid. It's like a misty kind of like streaky thing that used to float across past the window, and then sometimes it'd stop and go back, or sometimes just go past and not go back at all, you know, just go past and that's it. And that, to me, when I first saw that, it was kind of like, did I just see what I thought I saw? You know, it didn't really scare me, but it kind of like startled me. But in time, you know, it felt more kind of comforting. Felt like, you know, something positive was around me. My dad. And there's a time I think I said one day, I said, when I saw it, I said, if that's you, Dad, can you go back the other way? And it actually went back the other way. So, you know, I believe that was my dad, but his dad doesn't really communicate with me much now. I know he's around, you know, in need, but I think he's usually like floating around, you know, visiting the other family members, or, you know, he's helping out at Spirit or doing something. But I do sometimes feel uncomfortable, you know, sitting here. You know, even if I'm not doing a stream, I could be watching TV. You know, I've been watching a lot more like paranormal shows as well. And there's just been the odd, you know, like occasion where I'm thinking, oh, you know, could that ever happen here? You know, when I'm watching the darker ones, like the demons and like, you know, the Shadow Man and all that kind of stuff, you know, it kind of makes my imagination kind of like run away a little bit, thinking, well, you know, should I be watching this? Well, yeah, you know, you need to be watching it because, like, if you're in the paranormal, you might have to like confront those kind of things. And I'm watching it thinking, yeah, you know, I'm talking to myself. I mean, you know, in my own mind. I mean, you know, that's right. I've got to learn about this. You know, I've got to watch this kind of stuff. Because you know, if I'm called out on a residential one time, I might have to confront those kind of things. And as I'm sitting there watching it, you know, my imagination does run a little bit wild, and I'm thinking, well, just think, you know, suddenly something appeared behind me right now, and I could see it in the reflection of my TV. What would I do? Would I go screaming like a little girl out my front door, grabbing my keys, and not want to come back in for a day or two? But you keep, you know, sleep outside, grab me holy water and bless water, with blessed holy water and with salt, and start, you know, throwing it around the place and grabbing the Bible and doing the Lord's Prayer. I'll probably do that and take a chance if I was able to get rid of it. But by doing that, could it even piss it off even more? But it's not fairly regular that I do sense anything like dark or negative in here. Even when I'm watching, like, you know, the more scary, ghostly programs, whether it be in the Shadow Man or some kind of demon or some kind of creature from another dimension or whatever, you know. Because I do feel like, you know, I'm kind of like protected by Abby, Tina, Dougie, plus my Uncle Reggie, and several other spirits, you know. And I've always like kind of got next to me blessed water and salt, and the Bible is over there somewhere. So I did have it here last night, but I think I put it over there. So all I've got to do is, like, you know, just do the Lord's Prayer until I find the Bible. Then, like, you know, there is a couple of pages there which have been marked for protection prayers, I think they are. And I could be reading those. And then all I've got to do is, like, if I feel that is negative and I want it out, I'm going to start, like, throwing holy water and blessed salt around the place. And, like, I'll probably do, like, a house blessing and maybe a saging. And that way, hopefully I'll get rid of it. Possibility, I could piss it off and it could just go into hiding and come back and more of an issue at a later date, you know. So, you know, when you're doing this, there is like those little hidden dangers. And if you're not willing to handle those little hidden dangers, it's not worth you getting to the paranormal. Like, I can't understand, like, look, mine's going off because I'm holding it, yeah. So I don't understand why when people are doing investigations, like, or my haunted house, or that's a haunting a program or whatever, you know, and people are telling their stories, and you got people walking around on their stories, you know, telling you about what's going on, and the paranormal investigating groups in there trying to find out what's going on, and they're walking around with a millimeter, and the millimeter's going off in their hand. The true reading they're getting from spiritual. So Right, this spirit here, can you light that up? I just moved it like sideways, it was going off. That don't mean it's anything paranormal, because I'm holding it properly. And the antenna on there has broken. I had to like hot glue it. So that's made it probably more sensitive. I'd rather walk around with a K2 meter. I know a K2 meter can also like flicker when you're shaking it around. Well, this one don't, but one of the other ones do. But that starts flashing right now. Paranormal, but again, it might not be paranormal. Could just be something that's generating its own EMF, and it's like send it off. Well, I would like to get another one of those millimeters actually, but not at £150, I ain't. K2 meter over there flashing right now. Right, if your spirit can make that light up yellow, please. Use what energy's around and make it go yellow. So it's stopped now. No, it's second green. Now that went second yellow on like command. Then I could say, well, that possibly could be like spiritual interaction. But it might not be. My own energy that I'm building up, that could be manipulating that. It's like what Wayne said, you know, on his other video. And I even done it on my video first, I think. You know, I said about putting a magnet in a doll, and Wayne done a kind of a follow-up video. Probably could put like a magnet in a doll and make it look like the doll's haunted. Because you're getting like hits on the K2 meter, it don't mean squat. Don't mean nothing. They could have hidden a small magnet in there and glued it in, so if you did shake the doll around, you won't hear it because it's been glued on. Unless you took the doll apart and you can see that there's nothing in there, then maybe, yeah, that doll could be classed as paranormal. You know, it could have some kind of like attached spirit to it. But let's say there wasn't nothing in the doll and you did take it apart. Would the spirit get angry because you took the doll apart? Don't know. Maybe. Maybe it knows that you're trying to make sure that, you know, there's nothing faked about it. You know, I've seen videos where people have got massive K2 hits on their dolls. I've had hits on my dolls. And people will just say, well, like, you know, you've got a magnet in there. I don't put magnets in my stuff. I only done it the other day, but I didn't even put it in the doll. I put it on the clove, if you remember, on Samantha, the one that Cat sent me, just to show that it can be easily manipulated by a magnet. And I'm not saying that everyone that sells haunted dolls on eBay, but there's a big possibility that some people would do, just get rid of some dolls to make it look like they're haunted, but they're not. No, if it's something like a solid object, like a vase, a pipe, a watch, or something like that, you know, kind of thing, and you know, you're just getting high EMS spikes on it, either the K2 or the millimeter, and you know there's nothing like magnetic attached to them, and that's going crazy, then yeah, I can understand that, you know, there must be something attached to those items. But with dolls and like soft toys, they can be manipulated. Like, look, you know, even some of the dolls have got like musical wind up things in them, yeah. And how do we know that when the music's been wound up and it's gone off, how do we know that that's not actually generating an EMF field that is actually manipulating? I'm going to try that out actually in the next few days. I've got a couple of wind up musical dolls. I'm going to bring them in and let them wind them up, and I'll see the K2 meter goes off. And if they do, then we know that they are possibly being manipulated. The device has been manipulated by the actual musical wind-ups. So I don't think many people's actually done anything like that, actually. So it'd be interesting, like, little test to do. Now I've got me dancing bear. Chugga bugga, chugga bugga. That one, which I've danced around with, you know, made you lot laugh. Charlie's Girlfriend's got a wind-up doll, wind-up on it. That laying down one is a wind-up one. And I think I've got another one somewhere, but I can't remember what one it is. So I'm going to have to hunt around to find out what one the wind-ups and what one ain't wind-up. And I'll just bring up the wind-up ones and see what ones, if possible, might actually set off a K2 meter or the REM pod. I've even got musical boxes. I even made a musical box myself. So I'll probably bring those in as well. So I think each different like musical wind-up mechanism generates its own particular EMF field. I'm not saying it can, and it does, but it's a possibility. And I won't put any like anything magnetic around it, no magnets or nothing like that. I'm not going to manipulate in them anyway. I just want to find out if any of the dolls or music boxes will set off a K2 meter. And if they do, then we can say, well, yeah, a musical doll is setting off K2 meter while it's playing. That's debunked. Now, when all the music stopped, if the K2 meter still goes off, then it's a possibility there could be a spirit, or it could be a possibility that because the doll's been playing music has generated an EMF field, even though the music stopped, there could still be a little bit of EMF floating around on the doll. So it'd be like two tests. One with the dolls and music boxes playing. I'll do it one at a time. Right. Now I'll give it like half an hour, and then do a second test where none of them are playing music. And, you know, I'll turn the all this K2 on, and, you know, I'll just see if there's anything attached to them by asking if there's any spirits, you know, minutes to see if any K2 meter go off on each doll. And if they do start going off, then maybe there is something attached to them. Because I can't see that, you know, you wind up the doll, if it does generate an EMF field that manipulates the K2 meter by making it go off. And when it stops, and it's not playing no music for an hour, I'm pretty sure that any kind of like EMF residue that may be around would have like dispersed. And when you try again later, if they still start going off, then it's a possibility that there is something spiritual there, because I think the EMF would have dispersed within that hour. So that's a little test we're going to do. Probably either this week or next week. Ulrich said all things have a natural magnetic field. Yeah, and it is. I just saw a shadow go past my fucking door. Who just walked past my door? Not my arm. No, not my arm. That is long, thin, and it shot past the door. I don't feel it negative though. I think it's something that's just like trying to get in the corner so it can't be seen. you know, I think we also generate our own magnetic field as well. And how do I know that I'm not generating a high enough electromagnetic energy around me that's manipulating? How do I know I'm not making the REM pod go to 0.2, which is on? Now, I know we can generate electrostatic. I'll go over here. I'm setting off the static detector and the DC box. Now, I suppose if I generate enough static energy around me, you know, that static detector could go off without me even going halfway near to the damn thing. Let's see what's going on chat quickly. Hello, Northwest Ghosts. Yeah, I'll be closing down soon, so I've got to get up early in the morning to go out. Let's see who's on here. Right, hi to Angela, Aaron, Asti, ODS, Beth, Ian, Silver Moon, Charmy, Gemma, Albert, Jamie, Susan. If you guys are doing a hangout, I might come on there for a little bit after. Who else is here? Julie. Hyde, which is Yorick. Toxic. Yeah, I know I've got 3 portals and I'm not closing them because everybody said don't close them because, like, you know, it allows a lot more good spirits to come through for me to allow to communicate with. You know, if any kind of negative ones come in, they deal with it. And okay, sometimes, no, another headache. Sometimes, you know, you might get the little, like, mischievous little bugger or a nasty one come through, but they normally sort it out within, like, you know, a day or two. Because they might jump through the portal and hide in a corner and not be noticed. But they get sussed out eventually. So, no, I don't close my portals down. I leave them open. If I close them down, I think, you know, it's going to give me a lot less spiritual energies coming through to communicate with, and they might kind of get stuck in between kind of thing, you know. So the thing is, like, you know, when you're communicating spirits, even though you don't know them, yeah, I've even been to cemeteries when I've done like my sessions and thought, you know, guys, I'm here in total respect, you know, I'm here, you know, mainly just to get some proof that maybe spirits do linger around in cemeteries, you know, because I'm damn well sure, like, you know, and I've even been told by spirits that some spirits like hang around in cemeteries because it's a quite peaceful place and I'm not being pestered and bothered around with, you know. But I have also been told that spirits do get lonely, you know, especially like family, relatives not going to visit them, and they do miss, like, you know, human contact, you know. What I mean by human contact, by, you know, someone going and talking to them. And I've been told, like, by a lot of spirits saying, you know, we're glad that he came because it's shown that he's respecting us, and, you know, the guy doesn't know us and he's put his time out to come and just say hello, you know. And I used to go there because, like, so it's quiet, peaceful, and it kind of like helps collect your thoughts, your memories. I'm thinking about my dad, and other possible family members that have like crossed over, moved on. And you know, I welcome spirits to come and talk to me if they want to come and talk to me. You know, if they don't want to, they don't want to. But I've had some pretty good, interesting EVPs. I've had some amazing photos in cemeteries, ghost box sessions, you know, and I keep saying I will go and do more, and I will go do some more, but when, I'm not sure yet, because it's now beginning to start getting dark a little bit early, and I ain't going to be hanging around in cemeteries like, well, at night time on my own, because not so much of a spiritual situation. I could be walking along and I could go and trip over something and break my neck, break my leg, break my arm, could knock myself out, you know, and I might not be found until the next morning. So at night time investigations, I won't really do unless I've got someone there with me, such as Aaron, Warren, someone else. But as long as you go in there and show them respect, and you leave them like a little token, which I do, like a little mini cross. I don't leave a cross on every single grave because that costs me like too much money. It costs me hundreds and hundreds of pounds of buying them. You know, if a cemetery's got 1,000 headstones in there, I ain't going to leave 1,000 crosses there. If I did, it'd take me like a week on Sundays to even lay one everywhere. So I just like leave one at like on a random headstone. You know, it's more of the old, unusual headstones, you know, like early 1900s or even earlier. I'll leave one and I'll say, look, you know, it's taking respect. I'm just going to take a photo of your headstone. Hope you don't mind. If you want to come and say hello to me, you know, for this EVP, please do so. And if you've got something to say. And if you can, you know, please allow our spirits to come and check out the little cross I'll leave you. And you know, I've come home and done sessions. I said, like, you know, and I've even spoken to spirits who have been in them cemeteries and seen me and came home and visited me and said, right, thank you for leaving the cross. You know, I know you can't be leaving crosses every single stone, right, on what you do leave, because you know, it shows that you're respectful, you're lovable, you're generous, and all that kind of stuff. And I think, oh, thank you very much. It kind of like, you know, gives me a little bit of emotion thing, knowing that they've enjoyed me being there, while I've been, you know, enjoying being there. But you know, I've had a few follow me home, but nothing really bad. I think the only more bad ones I've had is like where I've opened up portals, or, you know, when I've been doing sessions and I've brought them in through the portals or doorways I've opened, and I've had to get rid of them. Maybe like, you know, on the common, you know, I bought one or two on the common, but thankfully got rid of them. As I said like earlier, you know, it's a chance you take if you're doing this. You know, you could go to a cemetery, you finish off your session, and as you leave, you could lay a row of salt down, you do your prayer, you demand all spirits to stay where they belong. And you're going to get one who's thinking, well, no, fuck that, I'm going to follow him. They'll find a way to follow you, because you're not going to be able to like put the salt barrier all the way around that heads, you know, around that church, that graveyard. All they got to do is like go 20 feet down, jump over the wall, and follow their own. It doesn't make you say your prayers, you know, you dash yourself with holy water. They will follow you, they want to follow you. Yeah, and I've had a few follow me home. But most of them, 90%, have been good ones. There's been a 10% where they've been either mischievous or bad. Not evil, bad. So I don't think I've really had like evil, demonic. You know, I've had like, you know, those possessions, which is evil and possibly like demonic, but not crazy demonic. Full blown poltergeist activity, you know, things being thrown around and, you all right, I've had a couple of things being thrown around, but that doesn't mean it's like something demonic and evil. That's probably like, the kid spirits mucking around, trying to draw me attention when I had that golf ball thrown at me, or a computer mouse, or something like that, in the kitchen, a doll falling down. That's just like playful. I think demonic is when they start throwing things at you. They know that they're going to scare the shit out of you by the lights turning on and off, crazy, doors slamming, things being thrown and broken. That's evil. That's pure evil. That's demonic. And yeah, I've seen shadows. I saw one little while ago, as you just heard me. But that don't mean that's like evil and demonic. That could just be a spirit trying to go from point A to point B without trying to be seen. And, they think then they're not being seen, but at the corner of the eye, you see them. And when you say, I just saw a shadow, I think, fuck, I didn't want him to see me. Damn it. I've got to be quicker this time, It may be like, when I am turning and like, I'm looking at, say, like my phone or my T-shirts up the wall from the Foreman Brothers and from Rusty the Reporter, like as I'm looking at them, they could suddenly like shoot back the other way and I'm not going to see them. But sometimes, I do see shadows. It can be, I'll put this with you, it can be unsettling sometimes, but I'm just trying to get point to A, point to B, and hoping they don't get seen and they get seen. It maybe upsets them knowing that they've been seeing me and thinking, oh, damn it, I didn't want him to see me. I didn't want him to get scared, I see loads of you flying around. Don't scare me. Orbs. Some of you guys I see like lighting on me. Sometimes I see you with my own eyes. Sometimes I see you on camera. You don't scare me. You need to get to point A to point B to point C to point D, don't you? So as long as you're not going to do crazy shit and scare the fucking wits out of me and start throwing things at me, I don't mind you walking around and possibly moving something, as long as you're like throwing it at me. If I see like the bottle suddenly like just move a fraction on the table, that it probably might be a little scared, but it'd be amazing to see it actually. To catch on camera because the webcam's facing me and the DVR system's not working. So, maybe once we get the cameras up and running, we'll get more activity again, guys. But, I tried my Wi-Fi once last night, as you know, and kept, losing signal. Cameras kept closing off, like on. The cameras weren't actually going off, it's the software not picking them up because the Wi-Fi was weak. So as I say, I'm not demanding, I'm not begging you to give me a donation, but if you want to, it's up to you. And any little donation helps towards getting a new DVR system. And hopefully maybe get one before Christmas or soon, or if not after Christmas, get one in the new year. I know we get one soon enough. I know they say if you don't ask, you don't get. And if you don't ask God, God won't point down to that person and say, well, like, to one of you, like you did with Julie and Bloody Mary last night, hey, give him a donation. And maybe like God's telling you and thinking, no, is that God telling me or is that my heart telling me that I need to give the guy a donation? Could be both. So I'm going to post my donation link again. Now I've got 65 out of the 260 goal. So anyone can help. Put it that way. What was it? Oh damn! Hang on. You don't want to do it that way because I think that way you might have to use it by card, but it should go through PayPal that way as well. And if you don't want to do it through PayPal, is that one as well? Well, there you go. You didn't have to. You wanted to. And maybe God was telling you, you know, hey, Julie, give that guy a donation because you miss his real good streams with the DVR. And maybe, you know, in your heart saying, look, you know, that guy is such a wonderful guy. You know, I adore that guy. I want to help that guy out. And it's your heart that's doing it. Might not be God. It might not be God asking you to do it. It's your heart that's telling you, your mind. And thank you for that. Doesn't matter how much it is. You know, 5, 10, 20, 50. I wouldn't expect someone to go on there and say, right, he wants 260. I'll give him 200 quid. I can't see that ever happening. And that's up to you. But I wouldn't have, you know, I'm not saying don't do it. But, you know, if you did, that's fucking, whoa, you know, crazy, man, you know. Must be a rich millionaire to do that, but, you know, anything between 5 to 50 is good enough. No. The only thing I can do, I think, is story. So I don't think this. See, that's what I mean. You need to go through the actual GoFundMe bit itself. Comments. Home. Actually, I can do it this way. Hold on. O-N-A Nation. Why is my keyboard not working properly tonight? Right. I'll go on a dashboard. Don't know it. Share. No, ain't it. Why can't I get onto my... I'll go to that. If you go to the page and you go to the GoFundMe and click on read previous updates, it say, many thanks to Julie Richards for a £10 donation via PayPal. Many thanks for that donation. So it's there. Again, thanks for that. So my goal was 260. I've got 65 already. So I'll need 195 to buy that particular system because it is a high quality one and a lot better. Because where I live, mate, there is a bit of noise from upstairs. Neighbours, they come and go whenever, and it would possibly contaminate, especially on EVP. No, they're okay with me doing it because they see me in the newspaper where I had the high EMS spikes over the local park. So she knows I do ghost hunting. She knows I do like seances, but you know, I asked her if she had any kind of weird experience. She said no. I said, well, you know, as long as you don't think I'm trying to cause any problem. No, you do what you want to do. You know, it's up to you what you do. I'm not going to say nothing. So she's okay with it, but my home isn't that active now. Several months ago, you know, when I had my DVR system working, we was getting crazy shit happening, and I mean crazy stuff. Full-blown apparitions in the living room, kitchen, things moving around. You know, I've been in the living room doing a Ouija board, and a golf ball gets fucking thrown at me. I've had a mouse chucked at me. You know, unusual orb activity where an orb actually splits into two, goes towards the living door, then goes back into one, and goes through the door. Now, I've had some pretty interesting, like, you know, activity here, but mostly it's been caught on DVR, stuff that we haven't seen with our own eyes. And you know, my DVR system, I started with a 4-channel one that eventually went wrong, so I bought that 8-channel one, but the 8-channel one was like a cheap one, about £100, and it's supposed to last, you know, like, well, the warranty's like a year, and mine went down within about 9 months. And people say, well, why don't you send it back? You know, well, if I sent it back, it would have cost me money to send it back, money to get it back, and there might have even been like a fee for getting it repaired, and time to pay all that out. It wouldn't have been worth it. I'll be paying out more money to buy a new one, you know. But I've seen the Sony one, 260, and it's pretty good. I think it's got a 3-year warranty on it, so if it does fuck up, I can, you know, get it sent back and get it repaired free of charge. And it's just a better system, you know. I've always said, like, you know, why go out and pay for the name brand? You know, when people go out and buy a pair of trainers for like £100, why? You know, I can go and buy a pair of trainers for £10, and they'll probably last me longer than they would with £100 pair of trainers. So I don't go out buying, you know, expensive clothes and shoes. I buy the cheap shoes and clothes, but equipment wise, I know you had to spend that the money. Equipment, of course you are. You know, 8-channel DVR system, £100. You know, it was going to be continuously used. You know, 24/7, 365 days a year. It ain't going to last that long. You know, because people who buy DVRs and they'll only put it on when they need to put it on. You know, like some people buy them for investigations, like residential investigations, you know, and they don't have to have it on 24/7. I have mine on 24/7, 365 days a year, and sometimes my box has been moved around, you know, because I'm trying to sort things out, and the cables get loose, and start wearing down. You know, I don't know how long a camera actually can last for. So it could be anything. You know, it's not worth me to just start going out and buying a new DVR box, thinking that, you know, camera's going to be compatible, because some of them wires are not compatible with those new DVR boxes. You had to buy new wires, cables, and if I was to buy a new box and cables, it don't mean that those cables are going to be compatible with the cameras. Because don't forget, you've got different cameras now. You've got, like, you know, the from like the 200 VT up to like 2400 VT now, and you know, each cable is only compatible with certain cameras now. I just don't know why they don't make them all compatible with each other, but they ain't. But the one I've got here, the DVR system, I've had like 9 months, and we've had some pretty interesting stuff on it. You know, some pretty interesting stuff, and it's only been like 3-4 months since it started packing up and playing up and on me. But yeah, Sony's a good make. Yeah, but you know, no one's seen a real ghost in there, have they? They've seen partial apparitions. They've seen apparition in the living room and the one in the kitchen, but that's all caught on DVR. No, I went there, actually seen it myself. That's why I'm saying, like, Hannishon is here to try to, like, help me, guide me, and trying to make myself open up more. And if I'm not opening up enough, I'm not going to see those ghosts, you know. I'm not saying I would ever see ghosts. Hopefully I will. As long as it's, like, you know, not spewing out blood and guts and, you know, insects crawling out of it and, you know, ripped to pieces. That's what I don't want to see. No, if I was to see that, I had to kind of block that straight away. I want to see a person as they were before they died, not after they died. No, how many people have you ever seen on, like, a TV program where they said, well, like, I've seen this ghost and it had like blood and guts pouring out of it? Hardly any. No, people say, well, I've seen like a spirit and they had like hollow eyes. Well, maybe, you know, yeah, you know, that's going to be freaking enough. But a lot of people all said that they've seen spirits. They can actually tell the detail of the spirit, you know. Oh, it had like small eyes or wide eyes, you know, he had like a beard, moustache, you know, wearing a cowboy hat, you know. That's the kind of things I want to see, you know. I don't want to see something like, you know, this is, you know, and like half its head blown away, you know, kind of thing. That's the kind of shit I don't want to see. But maybe later, you know, I might see that stuff and I'm going to have to deal with that. But before I saw someone stand on the bloody doorway and talking about, you know, seeing things, I'm thinking, who's at the doorway? See, I know exactly what's at the doorway. My fucking DVR system was working, but it's not working. And everyone's missing that stuff, you know. And saying, buy a new DVR. I can't buy a fucking DVR because I'm on a very low income at the moment, you know. And if I was to put anything on eBay, then people are going to start bring up the DWP. Oh, it's standing stuff on eBay again. You know, I've got WP1 form filled out. I'm not going through all that shit again. You know, I've even told, you know, the job centre, I've got to GoFundMe. It's more a gift. If someone gives me money, it's like a donation, a gift to a piece of equipment I want that I can't afford. And they've okayed that. As long as I'm not selling shit on eBay to make the money, because making money on eBay is like an income. But in with WP1 form, which I've done on a fucking previous video stating that, you know, once I've got a WP1 form uncovered, which I am, you're still going to get arseholes out there trying to call shit again. So I don't bother. I'm getting another headache again. So I wouldn't be able to do like paranormal groups here, because like I'd be a bit concerned if they were trying to conjure up something without me knowing, and it might affect my neighbours. You know, because I've got one just across the hallway, and I've got two above me. Now, if I was in my own house, and like, you know, my neighbour was like 100 yards away or something, you know, then I'd say, yeah, you know, I'd invite anyone. I've actually invited 1 or 2 people here actually, but it's like they keep having issues, like, you know, something's going on with their life, you know, and they've not been able to come. Like AAA, I said to him, he can come anytime he wants. Yeah, I'll sort it out. Yeah, sort it out. And I've asked him about 10 times, and he's had things to do. So I can't expect people to drop things, you know, just come do an investigation here. And the thing being, guys, is that, you know, I could invite you here, and you might not get nothing. I might not want to be willing to like communicate with someone else. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't, you know. Kind of hit and missing. And my house could be fucking rocking and rolling. And someone say, oh, can I come and investigate your house? I'll say, yeah, come down. And they come down, you know, the next day or a couple of days later, hoping it's still going to be the same, but might even be more rock and rolling. It might be like, you know, like a in here. You just don't know what's going to happen from one day to another. Well, guys, I'm going to end it now. I've got to get sorted out for tomorrow. Well, as I said, Julie, many times, you can't expect spirits to be doing things because you expect them to do it. They do it when they're good and ready. I don't, you know, it's not like a circus. I'm not demanding them to like perform tricks. If they want to do it, they do it. If they don't, they don't. And sometimes, like even when I'm not streaming, I'll get years they want to communicate, and I'll say, no, not now. You know, I'm too tired. I want to relax. Wait until we do the next stream. So something else just went past. Corner of my eye, you know. Boom. Could it be imagination? Maybe. Well, I keep getting these headaches. I don't know. It's always when I'm doing the paranormal, I get these headaches. Once I stop doing this, my headache will go, and I'll be okay for the rest of the night. But anyway, hopefully once I get a new DVR system, we'll get back to, you know, seeing what's on camera and seeing what else is actually out there, you know, try to conjure up a bit more activity. Now, we tried last night with Wi-Fi ones, but my Wi-Fi, as you saw, kept going offline, and it ain't worth me having those. But I keep going offline. You know, I've got 5 Wi-Fi cameras, but I can't find the power cord for the other 2. And the other 2 are not compatible with the same software that I'm using with the other 3 Wi-Fi cameras. So if I was to use 5 cameras, if I found the other camera connectors, cables, power adapters, I'd have to run 2 different bits of software on my laptop through my TV. But even if I was to get them working, it'd probably be just like the other 3. Disconnecting every so often because the Wi-Fi link keeps getting broken, and that could be because the Wi-Fi is like giving out a weak signal, or something's interacting with the cameras and probably might not want to be seen on camera. But when I first got my DVR system, yeah, you know, this is a true story. People said to me, well, why put a DVR system? If ghosts want to show themselves, they'll show themselves. Don't you think like putting a DVR system is going to, like, you know, be a deterrent for the spirits? They ain't going to want to show themselves. I said, well, if they want to show themselves, they're going to show themselves. They ain't going to, are they? But since I had my first 4-channel DVR system, activity increased, be seen. And once I said to them, hey, you know, I'm going to get an 8-channel one, activity increased even more then, because, like, you know, you had 2 cameras in the room, 1 in the kitchen, 2 in here, 2 in the hallway, 1 on the balcony, shitloads of activity with the DVR system. But now we can't see what's going on because the DVR's not working. Until we get one, all activity is, like, I suppose, on hold at the moment. One way it's good for them because they haven't got to show you know, all that activity. Once I get a working one, maybe activity might increase again. When we start seeing all the orb activity, maybe shadows and manifestations and stuff like that, which we used to get. But for now, I think it's quiet because, you know, they can't be seen. If they were being seen, more activity. Anyway, so I'm going to go. My throat's starting to hurt now. Got a headache again. I know spirits want to communicate with me tonight, just that. And I think it's really worth doing it tonight, you know. I'm getting too many headaches. Just try and look at something. No, when we had the activity with the DVR screen, you know, I'd go in there and I'd take photos of that mirror. And people sometimes saw stuff in the mirror. Kind of crazy stuff we were seeing. You know, like a female with a child. You see, like, a female walking. I think there might be an actual animal there as well. But you can see the child-sized figure there. And that looks like a female. And then there's a male figure here. You know, you can see, like, the face there. Black hair. Possibly wearing a black suit. You know, this kind of stuff. Really weird stuff. Some people would say, well, that's like, you know, just pixelization. Maybe so, but, you know, I believe that spirits use pixelization to show themselves as well. I'm just going to try and look for something else. When we had the DVR, I know that we was getting a lot more activity in there. No, 100%. Is this mine? No, that's Pete's house. Trying to find And also with the DVR, you know, I had audio running through there from an external microphone. You know, we could actually see the K2s going off, the REM pod was going off, you know, all kind of things were going crazy in the living room through DVR, CCTV. There should be more pictures somewhere. Even the cat seen stuff and chased around it, you know. Huh. I wonder what happened to that. To build another one of those. That's one of my devices I made. It's like a little static detector, plus and minus, temperature, built-in EM pump. One of my first like homemade builds I'd done. Yeah, and had like UV on it as well. Another one of my EM pumps with static detectors. My tattoo. Don't know who that geezer was. Another one of my EM pumps. That fell apart. Repair it. Now all these I made myself, these. And that's just some of the gear I made. I now made my own DC boxes as well. Like little REM pods. I like a static detector and a touch detector. 2 different types of EM pumps. Well, 3 different types there. With control, so you can turn the speed of the motor with the magnetic, that spinning side, turn it up and down speed wise. These ones are other EM pumps I made. I can't find my obelisk. The screen's broken on that, but you know, it's still sound on the on it, and I can't find it. Fishing, that's great. Right, anyway, I'm going to shoot off, guys. Cheers for watching. But don't get, because you're hearing noises, taps, bangs, you know, seeing things moving around, doesn't mean it's always negative. Maybe it's just a spirit trying to, like, you know, draw your attention, trying to communicate with you. And once you acknowledge it, you know, the activity might stop, go away. Might even be a badass one, hoping that it's going to, like, be acknowledged, and once you acknowledge it, it might give you more, like, you know, crazy shit which you might not want. So it's up to you, going to acknowledge it or not. So just be careful. Right, so anyway, I'm going to go, and I'll catch you all later. Hey, I'll tell you one thing, yeah, before I do go. I'm not going to go there tomorrow. Right, concentrate on Kingston for magnet fishing. I will be. But I have been doing Tenton Lock. And where Tenton Lock is, where I'll get off the bus stop here, directly in front of me is a cemetery. So I'm going to go there next week to Tenton Lock, and I'm going to do a little investigation in that cemetery during the daytime. So I can't do it at night, it'd be too late. No, I don't want to be doing it at night anyway, because I don't know what might happen, but I probably might do a daytime cemetery investigation there. after I've done my magnet fishing. So I'll probably leave at about 4 o'clock and then do an hour there, come home and upload the video. So it means that I'll probably start doing cemetery work again soon. So keep an eye out. Good night. God bless. Bye.